getting better from my injury, coming off my injury. Seeing the game with a whole different style.
Was there a game or something or a stretch there in the WCAC where maybe you played really well against a known guy or something where you went, okay, I think I'm good, but I just proved it tonight?
I mean, honestly, I really can't say I took a nut off. Jeff, you can ask my high school coach that too as well. My senior year, I never took a playoff, ever. I was playing against a lot of my teammates that were on my AU team. They ended up all going to high Division I schools. I think it's big. It's big time. I know I can do it. I know I can be consistent for all the season. I just know I can.
Who are some of the best guys you went against in high school?
I played against a lot. Darius Garland is one of them. Kobe White, Leaky Black, Brandon Slater, Justin Moore that's at Villanova still, Miles Dredd, just a lot of my teammates. It's a lot of them. Markel Fultz even in high school, Chris Likes. It's a lot. It's really a lot. Prentice Hub. It's a lot. It's a lot, man. It's really a lot.
As far as your game right now, obviously everybody says you're doing a lot of things well. One thing that jumps out to people is everybody says Xavier's a great on-ball defender. Why? What is it that makes you the head of the snake, as Coach likes to say, that can really dominate on-ball defense?
I really use my speed a lot on defense. I think my speed is a really good thing to me, especially on the defensive end. I like to pick guys up. They want me to pick guys up full court, I will. I'll just do anything the team needs. I'll take charges. Everybody does that. I'll sacrifice my body for anything. One thing I do want to do as well this year is stay out of foul trouble early because I think my teammates need me in the game for the whole game.
I want to get your thoughts on McKenzie. I saw him a lot in high school, and obviously things that jump out. Big scoring repertoire there. What do you see?
I see a big scoring repertoire too. One thing I'm trying to get back at him is playing together. Me and him I got to know where he's going to be, and he got to know where I got to be at all times. Especially with me having the ball in my hands. The majority of the time, I really want to help him score. And as far as being a young guy, I know he's going to go through slumps, and I want to help him get over those. No problem.
Sorry, I'm sure you've talked plenty about the injury and the recovery and all that, but just that whole process. Like, how hard was that for you last year?
It was really hard. I've honestly, like I said on the podium, I've never honestly battled an injury. Sat for a long time. It was hard. It's still hard to me right now. It was hard for me this summer, honestly, because I really wasn't myself this summer. It was difficult just not being comfortable being myself, and that's one thing that I just kept working hard at. Just keep being in the gym every day, and just keep being myself, and just keep trying to get back to who I was.
Do you feel like yourself again now?
Oh yeah, hell yeah, for sure.
Was there any moment when that it kind of hit you that it was feeling right again?
Yeah, honestly, my teammates, honestly, I don't think they were trying to gas me up a little bit, but they were telling me that you got it on the string again. That's one thing about my game. I like to have the ball on the string where I can get to where I want to get to on the floor.
Yeah. During that recovery process, like, is there any moment you have that kind of sticks out when you just about? I know you hadn't dealt with anything like that before, but just as you think back, what was maybe one of the toughest moments you had last year while going through that recovery process?
Just being able not to play again. Honestly, I wanted to finish the season out. I told Coach, I walked in his office, I told him I wanted to win the championship, and that was the main thing I wanted to come back for. It wasn't about me, it was about the team. I feel like we had a lot of things that happened to us over the year. It wasn't just me, my injury where it hurt us. Jalen got hurt and Trace got hurt as well. And Brace honestly too as well. I just couldn't come back to play with my team. They had the opportunity to come back and play. They competed to a high level.
How did you go about kind of staying engaged with the rest of the team and remaining kind of in that leadership role that you had, maybe not to this degree with this team, but the leadership role that you had with last year's team? Just how do you kind of remain engaged with the team while you were going through all that separate to what they were doing on the court?
Just being there every practice. Usually when players get hurt and they don't like to be around the team, they're strictly to themselves. Honestly, I was here for every practice. I was here every day trying to cheer my guys on. But I would say the only time I missed the game was when I had surgery and I couldn't go nowhere. I was yelling and screaming at the TV with my mom. But I learned a lot about myself. I honestly did.
How many of those games were you watching? I mean, you were here, I feel like, for a lot of the games down the stretch, but how many of those games were you watching with your mom?
Only one of them, quite frankly. I think that was before we went on break, and I think they played. I don't think it was. I forgot what the team. I think it's the Kennesaw State. That's the only game I missed. I think it was Kennesaw State.
What was that like for you to be watching that from afar?
It was different. It was kind of weird because I'm like, y'all, I'm supposed to be on the floor right now. But, I was cheering on my teammates. I believe Scoop and Fino had a great game. I was yelling and screaming at the TV like, yo, like, yes, they're finally getting it, like, yes. But, it's about my teammates, honestly. It's about my teammates.
Did that one game and watching that from home with your mom, did that kind of, plant in your head, like, I need to be back out there with the guys?
Oh, yeah. I was telling, like, all right, it's time to get back out there. And I told her one thing I told my mom was, I won't give up, and I won't take anything for granted when I get back on the floor.
Thanks, man.
Mentioned